All right, we're back with all the juice. Got the time lapses here, the new super popular crazed disc. I've got a limited edition, the Proto, which was I think illegal to throw, but I did, in a lab second, and he's got
lab second and one of the stock run time lapses.
Yeah, and that one actually has the flight numbers on it, so 12.5, -1.3. We're gonna test. That was my main thing with this. I've already done a Proto review, so I wanted to test different runs to see how they're comparing to this Proto run. Let's give it a try. This is Variety Disc Golf, by the way. Addison.
That's me.
Let's get into it. And I'm not going full power right now. I'm just gonna throw these flat and let them kind of do what they want to do at the moment. Beef stick. Yeah, so very reliably overstable. Now we're going limited edition one. Feels like it's got a little bit more push to it. Still stable. Overstable, depending on where you're at. Stable's overstable. Now lab second. At that low speed, like, they're all pretty comparable, honestly. Just barely throwing them. Pretty similar.
That's hard.
Parked. All right, so in general, this is not a time-lapse hole, but I am going to throw a couple forehands, not going to either of the baskets here, just trying to go out through that gap, see how they fly. So this is not a warmed-up forehand. I haven't thrown one today, so don't laugh. Oh, skip. Now let's go. That was the Proto. This is the limited edition one. Hello, cops. Oh, get through. Hey! It got through. I kind of put a little bit of turn on that one. Try to throw this one more. My high five and everything right there. I feel like those are a little less, they're still torque resistant, but not as much as the Proto.
Useful.
Yeah. Need a little bit more distance for that though, or power. Let's go this last one. Oh, stay clean. Pretty similar. Those weren't like great shots by any means, but the last two were actually pretty good, and I threw those very low power. So they're overstable. You can flick them. Obviously, though, you don't have to like put them on a ton of ante to get the use out of them. All right, we're on hole 6 here, but we are not playing hole 6. I'm going to try to flex these if I can backhand out that gap there. Might hyzer out, but do the same orders we've been doing. Proto, limited run, and then lab second. Oh, no. Weenie arm on that one. That one had stability. That one went through the gap. It's still stable. I mean, that's just overstable.
Doing right with me, look like.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to throw that on Annie, but it did not really get it that much. See if I can get this lab second. I about slipped off the tee there. That one flexed, but still, like, there's not a ton of glide there. It's just slam it and it just comes right back out. For me, at the moment. We're gonna go big old hyzers with the time lapses. On a hyzer, those things are still beef. That one went good. Went decent for a hyzer line. That was probably gonna be about the same distance, just right. Those things will, you put them on hyzer, their stability shows. I am gonna try to get better throws on these than I did on hole 6. This is a wider open area. Really gonna try to see if I can commit to the ante here. I mean, I got it on ante more, but jeez, Louise. That's a better throw. Still stable, but definitely got a little bit more distance on that one. Now lab second. I think it was a little bit nose angle. Wasn't great on that. Yeah, that's stable. That's a stable boy.
She beefy.
Yep, full of beef. I wonder if I can come up with some sort of thing like lapse and, I don't know, time lapse, something spacey. Probably not. Probably not. Time lapse here. Simon Lizotte, time lapse. I felt like this limited edition one, or whatever special edition, was a little bit different than these two. I thought these two flew closer to the same, as this one I felt like had a little bit more glide. It's a little bit more pop toppy. And I think the stock runs are even maybe a little bit more poppy, and maybe just a tad bit, here, let me see it, a little bit more, yeah, so this thing's got a heartbeat. That's the stock run there. So do I think like the stock runs and this special edition are a little bit more usable? Yeah, but they still have some beef to them. Like, these are going to be your overstable slot, that destroyer slot in your bag that you don't need to throw all the time, but is reliable, definitely in the winds. It was good for forehands. Backhands, it's just one of those discs that I would be throwing on a windy day or in a situation where I just don't want something to turn over crazy. But Proto is still definitely the king of beef out of these runs, but Lab second was pretty close to it. So it's really all our thoughts about these. They're good, but they're overstable if you ask me. But you're asking somebody that is now recently started throwing Corvettes and stuff. So I mean, my preference is in more neutral to understable drivers over overstable, but it's pretty good. Addison, I think he might be doing some video where he's going to tell his thoughts on the time lapse and comparisons and stuff. So go check his channel out. Variety Disc Golf. There's the logo right there. Yeah, that's all we got. Till next time. Peace.